podcast where two bearded film fans watch the best and worst horror movies of all time and talk about them. I think that's right.
Yeah.
My name is Ben Errington.
What?
Not Luke Condor with a K.
Yeah.
And your name is Luke Condor with
Ben
a K.
Errington.
Welcome.
Luke Condor. Fuck. Yeah. Hey, man. So,
welcome.
this is weird. You've been away. You've been on holiday.
Yeah.
I've not been on holiday.
No.
No. The audience have been on holiday.
Yep.
All of them.
Every single one.
And we're back. How's it going?
It's going all right. How the devil's it going with you, Mr. Luke Condor?
Yeah, pretty good. I've got sniffles again. Although the sniffles makes it sound like I've got lots of them, but I've only got one sniff that won't go in. Yeah, I can't get the sniff all the way in.
I just want my sniff to go in. That's all I want.
I tell you what, we are coming to episode 100, and we're talking about what kind of films we could watch for this 24-hour marathon. Loads of people have been throwing films at us, and I'm still not too sure what the hell we're going to watch.
No. Well, we talked about maybe watching like a whole franchise, or maybe watching like exploring a genre or something. I don't think we haven't come up with. We'll come up with a definitive list eventually. I think we did speak about playing some games as well.
Yeah.
Which I think would be good to kind of break it up, because 24 hours is a lot.
24 hours would be difficult, dude. I'm a big sleeper. I'm a big fan of sleeping.
Well, this is the thing. If you need
pretty much every day.
Sleep, if you need to, pretty much every day. Sometimes I'll sleep every night, but depends how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I think if you need to sleep, I think you're gonna have to commit and sleep. As long as two of us, I think as long as two of us are awake.
Yeah.
At one point, as long as there's a constant like that. Like, I'm pretty sure I can do it, but you never know. You never know until it arrives. You might be like, bloody hell, Jesus.
Yeah.
We'll get coffees on.
Energy drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it? Games I think can help, because I can play games throughout the night. Something I used to be able to back when I was 14. I've not tried it for a long time.
Maybe we'll mix it up. Maybe we'll do a few films, then play a game, then do a few films. But we do a 24-hour.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do it, but we'll get the logistics together and we'll put them out there before we do this, because we're not sure exactly when and where we're going to do it yet, are we?
I don't know, but it might be easy at your place if Andy's moved down there by then.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So are we going to do it for episode 100, or are we going to do it around about episode 100 to celebrate episode 100?
This is episode 98, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if we're going to do it, we got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get something in the calendar. I might need to book a day off work or something.
That's a good idea. I might have to do the same. It should be fun, though. Looking forward to it. So it was inspired by, obviously, the Valkyries did it, and they did a sort of charity thing as well. So maybe we could put some sort of charity element to it. Because
you've not got a laptop at the minute. You're recording this on your phone again.
Yeah.
Maybe the charity could be to get you a laptop.
Oh no, yeah, like, that sounds great, but at the same time, I'm like, well, the Valkyries did it for like Mind, and if we just do it for my laptop, that's going to seem like
it's a bit self-serving, Ben. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how I came up with it. Yeah. So
we could do it some sort of charity element, because that could be quite nice. Because I'm sure some people would be kind and donate a little bit that we could. We feel like we're making a difference, Luke.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's bad though when you only make a tenner or something. Do you know how well did the Valkyries do? Maybe we could compete against them.
I think that they. Well, I don't want to say how much they did, but I think they hit their target.
Okay.
So,
like a £500.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
okay.
on Twitter we discussed some sort of horror hangout versus Valkyries scenario at some point in the future. Not sure exactly what that would be.
Okay.
But that could be fun.
Yeah.
Horror quiz maybe, a quiz Mark II.
Yeah, the quiz would be good. Quiz Mark II. Because
the quiz master Andy brought it last time, and I listened back to that fairly recently.
Did you get all of them right this time? Did worse.
No, it did worse. But it's tense. It's a tense one, because I start off getting like literally nothing right for ages.
Yeah.
And
did you win at the end? I think, right? I can't remember. I don't think that happened. I don't think that's true, right?
Who won in the end? It might have been me. Yeah, I rolled the dice and got the question right at the end. So.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I beat you, Luke. So I mean, I don't want to say you're a movie loser, but
You have one of those catch-all questions at the end, though. That's doesn't count, does it?
Doesn't count really. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really count. I know what you mean.
Okay, so stuff's to the gusts. You've been away, so I don't know if you've seen too much in the way of movies.
I guess not really. Since I got back, I've been continuing watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah, I heard that's great.
Right. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Some great cameos in it, but like the same level of humor as like the film. But yeah, they're like really short episodes, like 20 minutes, and I think I've maybe seen about 6 so far. Yeah, it's really good, really good. I mean, I guess you could. Well, I guess it's horror, werewolves, vampires, but it's funny.
Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah, but that is pretty much it. I don't think I've watched much. Oh, I did watch Dark Phoenix actually before I went away. The X-Men film. Don't know if you've seen that yet.
No, I've heard it's a horror movie for like a different reason though. I've heard it's quite like murders the X-Men franchise.
And I mean, it's got a lot of negative reviews, and I do hate to be the person to just shit on an already big pile of shit. You know what I mean? Like when you go into Portaloo, like in a festival, and there's a big pile of shit there, and you go, "Am I just going to shit on this pile of shit?"
I'll shit next to it. Yeah,
next to it, yeah. But it is really bad, and I don't know. It's just got so much. It seems to just like completely forget anything that made any of these characters ever interesting. You know what I mean? There's characters there like Quicksilver, who's been sort of like a star of the last few films because he's had some great moments, and they kind of just go,
yeah,
there. Who cares? Everyone's kind of bland. Nobody's like, you don't really know what anybody wants. Like, what's everyone's end goal at the end of this film?
X-Men end goal.
And Sophie Turner's Jean Grey is the most melodramatic character.
We're in the end goal now.
We're in the end goal now, yeah. It's just, I mean, she's just a temper tantrum. Her character's just a temper tantrum, and I just think, why is this happening? I read that it was a whimper of a film, and it is. Yeah. If it's the final X-Men film of this franchise, it's a whimper of a film. It kind of just shrugs its shoulders and goes, "Here's some more of these characters."
I don't think there's any way for a franchise like the X-Men franchise or the Marvel franchise to end but with a whimper, because they're never gonna end on a big money-making success. No. Like, they're never gonna end at that point. They're always gonna be, we're going to keep making them until people stop watching them. So it's only when they decline in quality that they're going to start to...
But something like the MCU could easily have ended on Endgame.
But it won't, though. It could make too much money. There's no way the business people will be like, no, artistically it's done too well there, let's finish that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I understand that, but it could have done. It could, if it went, this is the end of this scenario, we're going to step away from these films for a few years, and then maybe some of these characters come back. That could have easily worked with Endgame, but with X-Men, it's almost like it's a film that exists for no reason. I mean, you could say, why do any films exist? but it exists for no reason. It serves no purpose as a sequel or as something setting it up for
Does
another.
Does it not fill your X-Men hole? Like you not, sometimes you fancy an X-Men film.
I don't know if there is an X-Men hole anymore. I think that
full up, healed over. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think First Class was good. Days of Future Past was pretty good. Apocalypse was kind of
naff.
A lot of people say it's the worst one.
Apocalypse.
I hate to say it, but at least it kind of felt like it had a reason to exist, and at least it had some sequences that, although that film as a whole, the narrative was completely, mush. It kind of felt like it had a reason to exist, and some action sequences kind of at least were fun at the time.
Yeah. The Quicksilver bits were
Quicksilver bits
yeah.
with the house exploding. That's Apocalypse, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. It might be Days of Future Past.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
This one just seems to have nothing going for it. There's nothing. Everyone's annoying. Like even characters that I love, like Magneto and stuff, they're just annoying. They just talk, and I just think, shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. You're talking shit. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah.
Let's forget about that for now.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to be Mr. Negative Nancy, but yeah, I kind of hated it.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to watch it. I watched. So, are you a fan of David Firth at all? Salad Fingers and
Oh right,
his
yeah.
animations.
I'm aware of stuff.
I've been watching his animations for years. Like, I mean, years. Like from like early YouTube. When I was like 15, I was watching Salad Fingers cartoons and stuff. David Firth is a guy from Doncaster, I think. He's around that way. He makes little animations. He used to put them on like newgrounds.com. Kind of always been a bit creepy, a bit off. And he's just never stopped making these things throughout. And he makes music now. He makes like live videos and stuff every now and again. But he's made a feature film out of 13 years worth of his cartoons. Like he's sort of mingled them all together, and like they're all exist through this world that's connected by umbilical cords. The animation styles are different in every single bit, every single piece. Some of it's sort of hand drawn, some of it's like photo manipulation stuff. It's really creepy, really surreal, almost like Lynchian in some places, but also really funny, almost like Chris Morris style humor.
Okay.
And it's so good. Like I was kind of really blown away. I mean, it's in a way, it's been like how can it not be good? It's got 13 years worth of like effort behind it. But it's like it's so well. Like you get to not only see the progression of him as an animator and like how he's experimented and changed his animation styles. That like the to see stuff that I used to watch and like 240 pixel when it's now like in full Blu-ray HD quality. And to see it all stitched together so well, to see him grow up as an animator. He made some of the music as well, so and the music's fantastic. I've listened to that soundtrack for ages. It's just amazing. But I do worry. It's called Umbilical World, and I do worry that it's only amazing to me because I'm so well versed in that.
In it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did you watch it?
I got it on DVD. It's on Amazon, £10. And I thought, you know what, David Firth, one of those animators who he gets snubbed by YouTube. Like he doesn't make any ad money, or he tends to always get his stuff like demonetized or whatever. He gets snubbed by everywhere. He's got a Patreon. He makes some money on that. But I always feel like this guy's a really talented guy, and I'm just gonna. And I've been enjoying his stuff for so long. I owe him at least £10. Like I can give him £10.
You owe me £10, Luke Condor.
Yeah.
All right, take it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I mean, I'll lend it to you. I'll bring it around when I do see you. But it's great. It's super freaky and super good. And also, I watched the first 2 episodes of Chernobyl.
Ah, yes. Ah, very nice.
Have you heard much about it? Have you seen it?
I've heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Obviously, people, the reviews have been good. People saying, "Oh, it's the best thing since
sliced
whatever
radioactive bread."
Yeah. TV show they enjoy. But yeah, I've not given it a chance yet because it's on HBO. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's on Sky as well. Though, if you can watch it, but it is like a horror. It's like a full-on horror. Like it's scary. It's made me really scared of radioactive materials. Like I was always kind of like I always knew it was bad.
Scared of them before?
Well, I always knew it was bad, but like it's just like you don't see it. It's not like fire. It's not like you see fire and go like that's bad. But like this radioactive stuff, like when stuff becomes irradiated, you can't see it, and you can just be holding something, and like it could be just burrowing through your flesh without before you. And by that point, by the time you realise, it's too late. You're fucking dead. Like there's nothing you can do.
This is weird. I'm dead. Yeah.
On top of that, there's this whole thing within Chernobyl where they're trying to conceal how bad it is, and the way to conceal how bad it actually is by making out that nothing's wrong. So they're just letting the town go on as normal, living like.
Is it like? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Is it like a entirely fictionalized version of what obviously happened?
I'd say probably I don't know too much, but I think dramatized because I think it's all real people.
Okay.
I guess there's like extra characters thrown and stuff. It's quite cool because they've all got like UK accents. It's like it's as if it takes place in like EastEnders or something. But they've all got super Russian names, and they're all wearing like those sort of shell suits that you imagine people of that time to wear. But it's it's so good, and there's like but I tell you what, to me, it shows off like that Russian mentality in a good light, because there's a whole thing where you could feel like it's anti-communist, the way they're sort of trying to show that everything's in control because it's for the greater good of the community, of the state, for a few people to die or whatever. But it really goes to show you how much a lot of them are willing to just sacrifice themselves to save future generations, and it's almost like that's a national pride for them to be able to stand up and do that. It shows them in a really good light, I think. But yeah, mate, I've only seen 2 episodes, but it's great, really good.
Okay, it's definitely someone I want to check out at some point. So
yeah, and then we watched Boar.
We watched Boar.
Boar.
Or was it a snore? Or was it a rip roar in good
Boar.
time?
Yeah, rip Boar in good time. Yeah, it's this was a film.
This was a film. So this one came a bit out of left field because I think I saw that it was suddenly a Shudder exclusive, even though it had been out for a couple of years, I believe. And you know, sometimes when you kind of you're kind of like, you want a creature feature of some sort.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you want to scratch that itch, and I get that itch quite a lot. And I've been pretty excited for
yeah.
I've been excited for Cruel. You know, the alligator.
Yeah. I think it's say Alexander Aha. Alligator Aja.
Alligator Ajaja.
Yeah.
Film, and I've been kind of thinking, I want to watch that. I can't wait for that to come out. When's that coming out? Oh, not yet. Oh, but yeah, I want to watch it. And you know, so I kind of fancied something like that. I thought, Boar, maybe that has scratched the itch for now.
Yeah. Okay.
And it scratched the stomach.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if that's a good scratch or a bad scratch. It was on Shudder. I'd not heard anything about it until you said. This is what you normally do. In the harsh yet beautiful Australian outback lives a beast, an animal of staggering size with a ruthless, driving need for blood and destruction. It cares for none, defends its territory with brutal force, and kills with a raw, animalistic savagery unlike any he's seen before. Directed by Chris Sun, written by Corbin Dallas, and Chris Sun. Stars Nathan Jones, Bill Moseley, and John Jarratt, amongst other fairly unknown
other Australian people who can't be actors.
No, I don't think they're actors. I think I mean, maybe they're I don't know. I got the impression that this is kind of like Neighbours, but like After Hours.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely got that impression. Well, yeah, it was a film. I can't say much really happens. You kind of get what you expect from a film like a creature feature, I guess. But what this kind of lacks is any interesting or good characters.
Yeah.
There's not a standout character who's like the lead, like the person who. There's always someone who, you know, stands up against the beast and wants to kill it for whatever reason, or revenge, or a hunter, or something like that. And they kind of introduce people quite regularly that you think might be that character, but they never really become that character. And you know, characters are infuriating for various reasons, but the main reason I find they're infuriating is just because they're a bit boring. And anyone,
you're so boring.
You're so boring. And anyone who seems sort of remotely interesting for a second is dead before you can. Say, bore off.
Well, I thought John Jarratt was going to be the main guy. He's the Mick from Wolf Creek.
Yeah, of course. As soon as I saw him, it was like, he's the main guy, obviously.
He's got a really recognisable face. He's really charismatic. You can tell he's sort of doing his best with this script.
So, do you know much about it or not?
John Jarratt. He's isn't he like their version of a Philip Schofield sort of guy or something?
Yeah. So an Australian friend of mine told me he presents a TV show called like Better Homes and Gardens.
Yeah. And
then he's in Wolf Creek.
He's really scary in Wolf Creek.
Yeah. And then he's in this.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the practical effects of the Boar are like all right.
Yeah,
sometimes
I don't know.
Good. Some angles it looks good, from some angles it looks bad. Unfortunately, when CGI is used, it doesn't look good, especially in like broad daylight.
Yeah,
There are some bits we get in broad daylight which are kind of hokey.
I don't actually. So this is the word. The budget can't have been massive for this film. It
No.
feels a bit like a homegrown, smaller project, and I feel like whenever it tries to do what it thinks a horror movie like this should do, like it tries to hit certain beats or it tries to be scary or something, I feel like they're missing a trick. Whenever it's like just Australian, non-PC Australian people in a bar chatting shit, I was like, they should just do more of this, and they should go less for the Jaws on the outback idea and go more for Tremors. They should have gone for the town being at siege by a boar and have these crazy Australian characters drinking, trying to.
Yeah. How is this boar like grown to this size in the Australian outback and no one's come across it before? Now
that guy Nathan Jones, the Bernie guy, he's massive as well. I think there must be something in the water.
Yeah, something in the water. I mean, talking to Nathan Jones, I've seen him in a couple of things as like Henchman 1 or Henchman 2. He's in Mad Max Fury Road as well, I think, as a...
Yeah, he's quite a big character, isn't he? He's like one of the sons.
Yeah, but he is like agonizingly bad in this film. I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't know what kind of person he's supposed to be. Initially, I thought he was supposed to be like a big softy, like a big bloke who's just a soft up. Then I thought maybe he was supposed to be like a bit special.
What's the book with the big dumb guy who's too strong for his own good and he kills things by accident?
Of Mice and Men?
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be that guy.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, he's just like a. And then I was so confused every time he's on screen. I was like confused by he's just got something. There's something in his eye where like he's almost like he knows a camera's on him. He's almost like goes, I'm gonna do a bit of acting now. This is acting. There's a camera there on me.
I get the impression he's just not that comfortable. Or I mean, you never know. I mean, it could have been one of those weird things on the set where they were like, it wasn't well run. It was a bit like slapdash put together, and they're telling the guy who's not that experienced acting anyway. He's a powerlifter or something, I don't know. And they were like, right, act now. You've got to act, be emotional. And he obviously just doesn't have. He's not able to do that. There's a bit where he's rapping, and that was kind of tell that he's forcing that, and
that lasted at least 100 times longer than it needed to. So he's doing like a Vanilla Ice bit, right? And he kind of does a whole verse and a chorus, and then starts another verse again. And I was a bit like, why is this? Well, I don't understand what that was supposed to do to this character. Was it supposed to make it funny, interesting? It kind of just made me a bit annoyed by him, and I was kind of annoyed by almost everybody. And again, as I said, the only interesting character is, what's the guy from Wolf Creek's name?
John Jarratt. Yeah.
He was the only interesting character, and he could have been a constant throughout the film, where he was having a bit of a back and forth with the Boar because he kind of saved someone at one point, and then his friend dies, and so you kind of think he could be the constant, but then he just dies. So it's like, well, what? I mean, what's the point? And it goes from day to night, literally, like snap of a finger.
Yeah.
Like at one point, it's like the middle of the day, then it's picked as middle of the night.
Yeah, and there's the other one who could have been the main character. I thought maybe they're going to go for a in Hills of Eyes, where the weakling, the guy who everyone thinks can't look after himself, ends up standing up for himself and like do the American stepdad one, who everyone calls a knob. Everyone like kind of treats as if he's like just like another. It doesn't belong in the Australian outback. He belongs in like suburban America. I thought maybe Bill Moseley, this guy, I recognised him something, but I thought he was going to turn out to be the alpha sort of thing. But
it is almost like you get any time there's a moment where you think this is the moment for this character to stand up to this thing or do something to prove himself. They just get mauled and die.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing that no one's got a character arc. Nobody's got an interesting like hero moment. There's pretty much nothing. Even the people who survive. I mean, are we supposed to care about these people? Like, I was kind of annoyed by one of them at least.
Yeah, the person who I guess is the hero is like not there for the entire duration of the event, and then they suddenly turn up the last moment to save the day.
Yeah, so I mean, the film kind of starts with like the in creature features the establishing moment where you don't really see the creature, and someone gets yanked off into the darkness or wanked off in the darkness.
And then they
we get this probably
off,
about
yeah.
we get this. How many times we get this? 3 times. So there's like a guy with a dog, and sort of gets mauled by after getting caught in a fence. Then there's like some guys camping.
But it's never very creative. I don't want to like rail against film, but the death scenes, there's nothing ever creative about the death scenes. Like there's one, I guess, a little bit later on with some like go on the camping girls. But most of the time it's just like they're there and then it cuts away and they're like, you don't even get the supernatural blood spatter. That's it. They're just dead and you don't hear anything. They're just gone. But there's some campers, and do you know what I mean? She gets like a tusk through the back of the head.
Yeah. That was like, I didn't really understand who that character was. Again, they kind of like introduce people, give them like, here's a bit of banter they're having with somebody, and then they're dead, then they're mauled. Yeah. So it was hard to keep track because there were probably too many characters to start with, because you kind of get there's like a pub with like, it just looks like, it doesn't look like a pub, it looks like the inside of a bloody youth centre or something.
Yeah, like why people drinking like at that time, like I guess maybe it's Australia, I don't know, but it's like in the middle of the day, and it's like a corner shop or something with like a bit of a calf on it.
And there's like a woman who runs the pub, the landlady, and she gets like assaulted at one point.
Yeah.
He gets like sexually assaulted by some guy who's just like, yeah, slag or something.
Doesn't he spank a butt or something? He does some butt spanking.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like this film's trying to be a bit of a comedy. Trying to be a comedy, but it never quite.
No. But I feel like it could have leaned into that. The bits where there's one guy talking about, there's one of the guys, he's talking about how he's seen a boar at night time, and no one believes him. The kids keep saying he's drunk, and he's just like an old guy. I think he's calling the others pufters. Like it's like really just sort of, I don't know. He's really sort of like doesn't give a shit about BPC, and he's just going crazy. I think he's like dancing around as if he's naked at one point. It's pretty strange. But that kind of stuff, I kind of felt like they should just lean into that, get natural with that stuff. Let them get drunk and talk about shit, and then have them start to get picked off by the boar at night. But
yeah, that would have made more sense. But it was definitely a strange film. I know it seems like we haven't got much to say about it, but we couldn't actually find a plot summary, could we? And it was one of those where it's difficult to kind of remember what the plot summary is, because it is kind of just like a series of little murder vignettes.
Yeah.
Little animal attack vignettes strung together by. There's not really a plot. You wouldn't say there's a story. It is just people in various scenarios being mauled and killed by this boar, and then we move on to the next one. It kind of goes like that. And
that's for the first hour of the film. That's pretty much what it is. And the longest portion of that is John Jarratt and his mate go camping, get drunk. John Jarratt even mentions like his wife's been dead for 15 years, and it seems like there's going to be an emotional through line there. But nope, like that doesn't matter. Like they forget about that, and they go find some kids who've been mauled, and they've been like eaten by baby pigs, like just been munched away.
Yeah,
nothing ever happens to the baby pigs after this point, and they get lured away. One of them just gets, the boar runs at them, and then they disappear. Like I think they get carried away, and then John Jarratt fights for a little bit, but then nothing happens.
John Jarratt.
Yeah,
we get the POV of the boar as well, which is sometimes it seems to just stand completely still and just watch.
Yeah. I remember this bit. So John Jarratt is trying to convince his mate to go for a walk, and the guy's like, "I don't want to walk, mate." And he goes, "Come on, Poxy Balls!" Like he calls him Poxy Balls. I was like, "That's so nice. I've never heard that before."
Come on, Poxy Balls! What are you talking about, mate?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It was good. But yeah, and then there's obviously a family who are introduced. There's like a dad and a dad and a mum, a son, a daughter. Well, so I think it's a stepdad and a mum, a sort of daughter, and then she's got like a sleazebag boyfriend.
Who's
And,
like a grotesque character. Like, there's
yeah.
nothing likable about this guy, and he doesn't really get a proper comeuppance. Like, he does some arsey things later on, and it's like that should have been. I don't know.
There was a lot of potential, I guess, with various characters in this, and it would have been a bit cliche, but we need to see certain things like characters like getting a comeuppance, a hero character. We needed these. So they go to visit Nathan Jones, Bernie, who's like a big, huge guy living in an Australian outback.
Hard as nails.
Like, why? Who is he? Is he related to them?
Yeah, he's the mother's brother. He's the uncle, Uncle Bernie.
It just doesn't make sense, does it? It's like going, we're going to visit our uncle, this massive, like, 8-foot bloke, and he's just like, all right, Uncle Bernie. Is he even Australian, Nathan Jones?
I don't know. He's got not just like a giant. He's not like just muscly or just tall. Like his whole, it's like he's a different breed of human. Like his teeth are bigger than normal teeth. Like each individual tooth is about 5 times the size of a normal tooth. His mouth is huge.
Where would you start if you had to fight him? Like, where would you start? You'd just be like, "Oh, get away, you big bully."
You'd have to go for the nutsack.
Yeah.
I think you no hesitation.
I hate to agree with you, but yeah, you'd have to go for the nutsack. That's the logical place. But he's a very strange character. I don't really understand, like, if he's supposed to be, as I said, like a cuddly. Is he supposed to be the hero character because he kind of just yells a lot and screams and cries and.
I think they were like, this guy, there's been in Mad Max. He's our hero character. Well, no, they're like, we've got John Jarratt. He's been in Wolf Creek. He's our hero character. And then they got bored of him and went, we've got Nathan Jones. He's been in Mad Max.
Like
he's our hero.
They're making a film, and then they go, Nathan Jones is available, and they've gone, hang on a minute, we better kill off this guy now.
Yeah.
Now we better have. It was just.
They changed their mind halfway through. There's a bit so. Okay, so near the end, like halfway through the film, they're all out. The family, Nathan Jones, and everyone, they're all chilling in these waters. Nathan Jones goes to check out.
Nathan Jones is like wrestling the younger one in the slamming it.
Yeah, I think he even chokeslams him, and then he goes in his car. He starts singing Vanilla Ice in the car, and he gets knocked off the road by the boar. And he looks pissed off. It's like, okay, so he's going to hunt down the boar. That's what he's going to do. I think he disappears for a little bit actually, and then.
He seems to disappear whenever he's actually needed.
Yeah.
So like, whenever people are like getting killed or dragged off or anything, Nathan Jones ain't there. But then he'll turn up halfway through and go, "Everyone's got to run."
Yeah.
At one point, he picks up who was his like niece. He picks her up and carries her like literally about 3 feet and then puts her down again. Come on, go! He carries her like 3 feet and then puts her down and goes, "You can run yourself now."
Surprisingly heavy, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh bloody hell, I'm blowing it."
But
how did you feel about the boar being in daylight? Because I think as soon as we saw the boar in daylight, it kind of felt a bit like that's shit.
Well, so I think the first time we see it is when Bill Moseley's character, the American stepdad,
sort of sees it behind the fallen tree or something.
Yeah, and the arsehole boyfriend pushes him over to use him as bait or something to get away, and then
he shouts, "Coward!"
Yeah, and then the boar
just like
rips his head off,
like a rag doll.
Yeah,
like a rag doll. But initially, Bill Moseley was looking at it, going, "What's this here then? Oh, hello." Right. He's interested in the boar,
like a stray cat. Come on, then.
Come on, then. You want a little nugget? Do you?
Want a big nugget?
And it mauls fuck out of him. Like, what is this boar again? I can talk about end goals again, Luke. What's the boar's end goal? Because it seems to just like going around mauling people, ripping their skin.
It's not. It's like a slasher. It's like it's like Jason Voorhees because it's not hungry because it doesn't eat anyone. It bites bits off and then that's about it.
I mean, let's talk about the animatronic. I guess it's kind of convincing. Like when we see the close-ups of the tusks and gore hanging off of them, and there's all matted, diseased fur. Looks kind of interesting. Like the real close-ups kind of look pretty good. I think as soon as you kind of start panning out zooming out a little bit, you start to see
Yeah.
kind of
And
like
the motion as well, like it's almost like two blocks of wood are sort of just pushing up and down.
that's what boars are like, mate. They're
Well, I
like
thought
that.
maybe that's right. Yeah, I did think that.
I don't
Maybe
know.
that's right. Okay, so Bill Mosley gets his head ripped off, and then the knobhead boyfriend dies instantly. Like he gets taken away, dragged away.
He
And
gets
then
dragged away. The CGI thing kind of like just runs and snatches him, and then
the good
we're
son
left
get
with.
the good son. Oh, then it's night time by this point.
And then it goes to nighttime, yeah, and then the sun gets dragged off. But Nathan Jones was there
Oh, I thought
with
you
a
meant like
gun.
the sun in the sky. The sun gets dragged off the sky, and then it's night
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But Nathan Jones is there with a gun, but for some reason he doesn't help, or he's just not there at this particular time.
Well, he gives the gun to the son, and the son gets dragged away.
Oh, see, look, like even stuff like there's just pointless actions where you're like, it's almost like it serves to make the boar killings easier.
Yeah.
Like, it's not plot points. It's just going right. Right, this has got to happen. Oh yeah, but the man he'll have the gun. Nah, just give it to the son, and then the son will get dragged. It literally just it feels really lazy in terms of just going.
But the son just turns up again at the end as well. Like he's fine.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fine. Got dragged off, and then that was it.
There's a big fight scene between Nathan Jones and the boar, and he just sort of punched it in the head.
He got a knife initially, and he's knifing it.
Yeah.
It's very weird because they're in a shack, and the boar attacks, and then Nathan Jones is like, right, I'm going to go one-on-one with it now. And he goes, right, now you guys run away. It's like, he's putting them in more danger, surely.
Yeah, just stay inside the shack. You can't get in.
Stay inside
inside the shack, guys. Yeah.
And then it's a proper, like, stupid, like, Nathan Jones pretty much stands up to the boar and has a fist fight with it. Then it, like, sort of gores him, and he's got a big hole in him.
Yeah.
Keeps going because, he's superhuman, Bernie.
Yeah. But then it makes out that he's dead. Like it doesn't. The boar. So he's on the floor, and the boar doesn't like just like gnash him up from the back. It like plants its paw, its hoof, on his back, and as if it's like as if it's doing it on purpose. It's like pinning him down, like it's breaking his back. You hear a couple of pops, and then that's it. You think he's dead. So then the boar's chasing the mum and the daughter. And as they're about to get, I don't think there's much of a fight here. As they're about to get killed.
No, so they kind of like they make some fiery torches, don't they, to kind of like ward the boar away. So they're like, oh, we made some fiery torches, so this will hide it. And then basically what we get after that is a character that had a handful of appearances in the film, but for no reason did we think that she was going to be involved in this at all, or why she would be out there. Or we haven't seen her going out there before. They've just literally gone, who can we get save the day? Remember this character? No. Well, nobody will.
Well, she's turned up to the set, so let's put her in.
It's the pub landlady drives the car at the boar, and like, oh, it's just. Yeah. I was just a bit like.
But then Bernie and the son turn up. Hey, we've been fine this whole time. We were just watching the whole thing from.
It would have made more sense for it to have been Bernie then, or the son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think maybe they were trying to go for like the women end up saving the day, but they don't really because they get someone who wasn't involved in the end. But then it finishes on like it's a forced plot point where it's like horror movies don't just end there, do they? They have a reveal where there's a second boar or there's more boars.
Yeah. So the mum like shotguns the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It was annoying me because it was shotgun in it. It was like shotgun. Let's wait to see if it's alive for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Shotgun it again and then go.
Yeah.
Be a bit more definitive with these shotgun blasts. You're in a horror film.
Yeah. Yeah. Be more constructive with your shotgun
blast.
Yeah.
And we get the worst possible reveal ever, which is the car is driving away. The car's still in the same shot, and we see the boar. Its head just.
It's almost like they pass by the boar. they drive by the second one and goes, "Oh, it's a different boar." They don't even notice it.
Is it a different boar?
Yeah. I think maybe it's not. I thought it was.
I thought maybe it's just the same boar was still alive.
Just
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so I mean that's pretty much the film. I think we've done as well as we can to talk about the plot.
A lot, considering they're pretty much going from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't. I thought it was quite a unique. There's not a sort of creature feature like that exists? Is there like a pig or a boar or anything?
Well, I tried to find some, and it was difficult to find. I think there is something, but it's an older film, I think.
Boar. Imagine that, a man boar.
Born Ultimatum. the Boar Supremacy.
The Born Supremacy. That would be good.
Yeah, the Boar Identity. I've got some trivia, but it's a little bit different. Right, you've got, in fact, let's get a timer. You've got 30 seconds. Right? You've got 30 seconds. I'm going to say quotes from pig-based films. And you need to say what the film is. And you've got 30 seconds.
This sounds like a great game already.
Okay. Right, tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay. You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting, so be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm. They will go through a body that weighs 200 pounds in about 8 minutes. That means that a single pig can consume 2 pounds of uncooked flesh every minute, hence the expression. Go.
Hannibal.
No, as greedy as a pig. I thought you were going to get this.
Oh, layer cake.
Come back to it. Number 2. He's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Plopper.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh my dear. No, we'll skip that one for now. That's it, 30 seconds.
Oh no, Simpsons movie.
Let's just keep going.
Simpsons movie.
Yeah, okay. Number 3. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Babe.
Yeah, number 4. You got your pig snacks. What more do you want?
You got your what?
You got your pig snacks. What more do you want?
Oh, Jesus. You got your pigs. Oh, no, skip.
Okay,
go.
last one. This one's the difficult one. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which. I just give you a hint. That's George Orwell.
War of the Worlds. Is that George Orwell?
No, it's actually was. Let's go back to this first one. Because I thought you'd get this one. You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one... I'll try and do it in the accent. You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting. I can't do the accent. So be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm. Go on.
It's like a British crime film.
Yeah.
Lock, Stock.
They will go through close. Snatch.
Yeah. That's why I said layer cake.
Number 2. He's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Plopper. You got that one. Simpsons movie. Number 3 was That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Babe.
Yeah. Number 4 was You got your pig snacks. What more do you want?
Oh, I know what it is. Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. And the last one. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it's impossible to say which was which. And it's George Orwell. It's not War of the Worlds. It's George Orwell. It's the one with the pigs in it. The pigs are the biggest clue. You maybe didn't listen to school. I don't know.
I don't know. Tell me. No. I know. Animal Farm.
Yeah. You can 5 out of 5, but you did it in about 30 minutes. That 30 seconds, though, that was not 30 seconds, was it? I thought 30 seconds.
That was a long time, wasn't it?
No, but I mean...
Yeah, but to be fair, you made me answer certain questions I'd already answered, so I was like, yeah, on with it.
Yeah, but, I mean, the 30 seconds seemed quick to me. That was like 3 seconds, wasn't it? I'm sure I asked you like half a question and the bleeper went off.
Yeah, it did feel like that, didn't it? I didn't hear the bleeper, but...
Oh, right, I was getting it in my headphones. Okay,
The
well
bleeper
done.
went off, it was in my mind.
It's always good enough. So we need to rate the film, the pig film in question.
What's the? I hate to be. I feel like I've been negative Nancy already, slating Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
The lowest rating.
You slated off your holiday, saying it was too warm, not warm enough. I think it was.
Slated off my holiday. My bloody laptop's broken. I've got to do this on my phone. Dark Phoenix was shit. This was shit. What's the point, eh? I can't give this film has got a redeeming quality, which is the pig animatronic is like kind of interesting occasionally.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got no plot. It's got no interesting characters. The kills are lame. It's not scary. It's not funny. It's not interesting. I am being a negative Nancy.
There you go.
I give it a. Have we give Fs to stuff before?
Really? Oof.
No, I won't give an F. All right, I'll give it a D minus.
So don't let me sway you if you're going to go for a F.
E plus.
Wow. Okay. So I was far more lenient. I was going to give it a D plus.
D plus.
Because I mean, like, I can tell it's not got a massive. You can tell it's. I mean, it's difficult to give it that excuse that it's not got a big budget because look what Peter Jackson did with Dead Alive.
Everyone, right? This frustrates me because when people say like it's not got a big budget, like that's no excuse for just completely eradicating plot and characters, which make films interesting. Like, I probably sound like a twat, but
well, I mean,
there's no excuse to do that. I think that's the easiest thing to get right. Well, not the easiest thing to get right, but the easiest thing to at least include. I think when you completely
shots fired.
Shots fired. When you completely eradicate those elements, I feel like there's nowhere for your film to go. You can't. Yeah. There's the only way is down.
They should have done the film entirely from the pig's perspective.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
You got your pig snacks. That would have been
all it wanted. It was like it'd seen Babe on the TV, and that's all it wanted was a friend. And but
do you know why?
Go on.
One of the reasons I'm most frustrated is because I suggested this film, and I get frustrated with myself when I go, "Let's do this film," because I've just seen a bloody 10-second advert on Shudder.
Yeah. And
I suggest it because not only have I put myself through it to watch it, I've put you through it as well, so I feel a bit bad.
And the audience, because they might have tried to keep up with the film that we're watching.
It's like a 6 degrees of separation where you're like just literally handing off this film to loads of people.
Yeah.
And then oh my god. But yeah, if people listen to the review before they watch it, then probably not, or
Yeah.
There we go. I'll cheer up next week.
Yeah, he's back home from holiday. You're never in a good mood when you get back home from holiday, are you?
I'm fuming, mate. If I'm honest.
Back to work. Back to getting up early in the morning.
I know. I did enjoy the pig quiz though. That was definitely a highlight because as soon as you said pig face things, I was like, right, when can I say babe? When can I say babe pig in the city?
I was trying to find something for babe pig in the city, but I've never seen
proper slumped. There you go.
Okay. That's us for today. I think we're going to do Brightburn next week.
Yeah. So Brightburn's out this week, so we're going to watch that and review that for next week. Kind of cool. I've seen a couple of trailers. First trailer I wasn't too sold on. Second trailer looked a bit better. So hopefully it's, hopefully it's interesting.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting concept. I know we've kind of had it a bit with Chronicle a little bit. That wasn't straight up horror, but that was a bit more.
Did you see this about Max Landis coming out recently?
Yeah, he's been being a bit of a. I've kind of. There's always been stuff about that, haven't there? Like especially for the last few years. So. Yeah. I've always kind of thought, he's a bit of a wrong, isn't he?
Yeah, something not quite right there. But we'll leave on that.
We'll leave on Max
Landis.
Going on, give it a Google.
Yeah. So this show is brought to you by Hawk and Cleaver. Head over to hawkandcleaver.com. Become a patron over at patreon.com/Hawk and Cleaver. Thanks to Kovac Cameron for our theme music. Thanks to Acast for hosting the show. Thanks to the listeners. If you enjoyed the show, give us a rating and review on iTunes and remember to hit subscribe. Thanks to my co-host Ben for being a right or a dude.
Thanks, mate.
What are you looking at? The clock?
I was looking at the clock, mate. I was like, wrap it up, Luke.
Jesus. Right, I'm going to go then, I guess. Bloody hell. All right.
Sure.
That'll do, pig.